sermon. Let's all together worship to the Buddha, and then let's go for refuge to the Tree of Gems. And after that, we can start with this one. Okay. Keep your palms together and say with me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe Panchasila. When I say, then you repeat after me. Okay? Panatipata veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. Adinādana veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. Kāmesu miccāchārā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. Musāvāda veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. Suramere majjapamādaṭṭhāna veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyami. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I observe these precepts for happiness in this life, to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. you all are going to listen to few words from the Buddha, and you are going to see whether how can we practice it. Okay? Because each and everything that the Buddha teaches us is to be put into practice. Okay? Buddhism is not a religion, and it is not a philosophy, but it is a practice. It's a way of life that we need to practice. Okay? Surprising, it is not a religion, and also it is not a philosophy. Okay? Why it is not a religion? A religion, the word religion is a Latin word that derives from the word called religio. Okay? Religio means constantly getting connected with a divine being or something that is a higher power. Okay? And believing it and worshipping it. So that's called the religion. In that case, Buddhism is not a religion. Okay? And then, why it is not a philosophy either? Have you ever heard people say that Buddhism is not a religion, but it is a philosophy? The problem is, it's not a philosophy because a philosophy is a study about the fundamentals of life, like existence, okay, life, or something, the experiences. So, in philosophy we study about these things, but it is a study, okay? It's a study, but philosophy and the philosophers, okay, are very far away from the philosophy most of the time. Okay. For example, there were great philosophers in this world. One of the greatest philosophies that we can see we find in the world is called Stoicism. Have you heard of Stoicism? Yeah. So Stoicism was founded by many people, many philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, a lot of the great philosophers. Okay? But they bring a philosophy to this world, a great philosophy we can practice. But very hardly we find they have practiced it in the real life. Sometimes there are some questions whether they have practiced it or not. Which I'll give you an example. When Marcus Aurelius found out that his wife is cheating on him, so what did he do? He killed the man, and he took his blood and he put it on a blood bath and asked the wife to bath from the blood. Okay. So a philosophy is a study that brings to this world, a view that brings to this world, but to practice it, okay, to practice it's very, it's a different way, okay. But in Buddhism, what teaches us is not only to talk about it, but to practice it in our real life, okay. But the problem is, to talk about it is very easy, isn't it? Yes, I can sit down here and talk for hours about Buddhism. Okay. You can sit here and listen for hours about Buddhism. But when it comes to practice, we and the philosophy, or the thing that we and the Buddhism is so much far away. Okay. That's what has happened to this country. Okay. Because we are so far away from these great teachings of the Buddha, and all the other religions present great philosophies and great ways of thinking, ways of life to this world. And we are so much far away from them. Okay. That is why we need to learn how to practice and learn how to live upon them, live according to them. Okay? So, what Buddha teaches us is, he brought a wonderful philosophy or a teaching to this world. It's called the Four Noble Truths. Okay, what is it? The Four Noble Truths. This is the only reason, this is the only thing that the Buddha taught us. Okay. Throughout his entire 45 years after becoming the Buddha, after his enlightenment, this is what he taught. All about the Four Noble Truths. Okay. Each and every sermon, each and every teaching that we find in Buddhist books are always directed into these Four Noble Truths. Okay. So the Buddha says that my teachings are like a stream, a river. Okay. So what's the final destination of a river? It's the sea, it's the ocean. Okay. So the river is always slanted towards the ocean, isn't it? Yes. Same like that. My teachings, the Buddha says, my teaching, what I teach you, is always slanted or always directed towards the nirvana or the enlightenment, the growth. Understood? But here's the thing. Nirvana or noble truths and everything is good to talk, you know, and fun to talk actually, interesting to talk. But when it comes to practice, yes, we have to go so much far away from it and come to the basics of human qualities. The basic human qualities. If you don't have the basic, at least basic human qualities, okay, as a human, it's okay to talk, but we are so much far away. Understood? That is why I can talk about love and kindness and compassion all day, but when it comes to practice, is it easy? No. To talk about patience is very easy, no? But when it comes to practice, that's where we find the difficulty. You know? So let's find some practical ways to first, to take one of the first steps to this practice. Okay? And that is to, first we need to know what is the purpose of this life. Okay? Why do we live? Why should you live? Have you ever asked the question from you? Why do I live? No. Why do I live? Actually, why do you live? Tell me. What's the reason? What's the purpose? Tell me. Any suggestion? No? But you just live. Sometimes it happens. See, one thing that we all find in our life, this is something that we live for. It is the satisfaction. You know? What is it? Satisfaction. Or another word, it is called the happiness. Can you define happiness? What is happiness to you? Is there any way to define the happiness? Hello? You can talk, okay, don't worry.
It's a fluctuation of the mind. Fluctuation of the mind.
Fluctuation of the mind, okay, good.
Fulfilling our requirements.
Fulfilling our requirements, okay. Any other definitions of... See, sometimes it depends on the person, right? It depends on the person how you define happiness. Okay? Don't look to others. How is he still? You just think to yourself. What is happiness?
Meeting my expectations.
Meeting
Meeting my expectations.
Meeting your expectations. Okay, good. Any other? Yes? Peace of mind, okay. a couple of answers. All of you gave good answers. Okay. In a deeper level, what you said is a very good answer. It's a very good answer. It's a fluctuation of mind. Okay. And also, one way that we can define happiness is the satisfaction. Okay. When we meet the satisfaction, so when our mind is satisfied, we become happy. But the problem is, can you find a single day that you're totally satisfied with life? No. Okay. So the Buddha says that your mind is, we try our life, we do things in our life to satisfy our mind, but the problem is the mind will never get satisfied. If we keep the happiness, and we think that the happiness is somewhere else, that's the problem. Why? Because we think that happiness is somewhere else, so that we need to get there to be happy. Isn't it? Yes. So when we come to this world, the world builds a frame to happiness. Okay? It gives you a frame. When we come to this world, we knew nothing about happiness, did we? No. Okay? So when we come to this world, a world gave a frame to you that, okay, inside this frame only, there is happiness. There is peace that you're looking for. Okay? So then, we were all outside of the frame. Okay? Now what do we feel? There is happiness in that frame, and I'm outside. I need to fit into this frame. Okay? So what we do in our life is trying hard, dying to fit in to that frame. But the problem is, the world is unfair. Why? Day by day, this world is making this frame smaller and smaller and smaller, so that very few people, not very few people, never, anyone, okay, not a single person fits into this frame. Okay, because there is that unsatisfied nature in our life. But the problem is, we thought that there is happiness inside that frame. But in reality, the happiness is here with us. Okay? Happiness is here with us. That we forgot, and we thought that, okay, there is happiness. There is pleasure. But as human beings, now you can say, okay, now you can say like that. But we live in a practical world, world with the crisis, the economical crisis going high, these things happen. But it's very difficult. If you think in that way, then you're going to lose. We're going to lose. Here's one thing. It's okay to try to fit into that frame. You have to. We all have to. You will have to do that. There's no choice. Okay? Even being a monk, you have to try to fit into some kind of frames, no? Being a person, being a student, are there any frames? Yes, there are. So we have to try. But the problem is, we forget to enjoy today, to be happy today, okay, while trying to fit in. Okay? While trying to fit in. So, what makes you happy day today? What makes you happy? It all depends on the qualities and that you have as a human being. The internal qualities. Okay? Internal qualities means these ethics that you have inside your mind. The morality. If you have this morality inside you, or the good qualities inside you. You're satisfied with your qualities, who you are. You can be happy with who you are. No matter what happened outside, still you're happy inside because you know that I have good qualities inside. Okay? There will be some sort of unsatisfied nature outside, but inside, you're okay. Understood? It's more like a flower with fragrance. There are flowers with fragrance and without fragrance. All flowers are beautiful in its own way. Okay, what makes the difference between a flower is its fragrance. Okay, if there is the fragrance, people treasure it. People love it. Okay, if there is no fragrance, people use it and cast it away. Isn't it? It doesn't give a memory to their mind about the fragrance. Nothing. Same like that. We become humans when we have the human qualities. Human being. Okay. These days we are hardly human beings. We are human doings most of the time, or human goings. Okay. So always understand that we need to focus on, also, even while we are focusing on the success, the material success in our life, we need to focus on how we can develop the internal qualities, because something that we forget is when we chase behind the material success, we forget the internal qualities. You know, it's very difficult to be kind and also to be wise. Okay, it's very difficult to be kind and to be successful in the same time. Okay, but if you're wise enough, you can do this. Okay, so I will come to few practical things that you can do to develop this wonderful quality of kindness. Okay. What is kindness? That's kindness. Or compassion. All of the religions say that love each other, be kind to each other, be compassionate to each other, you know? What is compassion? What is kindness? I will define the word compassion first. Okay? The word compassion derives from the Latin word called compati. Com means together. Pati means suffer. To suffer together. Okay? Compassion means to suffer together, not to suffer alone. See, you can share someone's suffering. Okay, you can share someone's suffering, and when the suffering is shared, the suffering is half. Okay, so that is called compassion. Ability to feel someone's suffering. Ability to feel someone's sadness is called compassion. So, to do that, to develop this compassion or love and kindness, always we need to put ourselves into intentional actions. Conscious and intentional actions of sacrifice, dedication. For an example, let's say you wake up in the morning and you come out from the room and you see your mother or your father or someone who works in your house is cleaning the house. Okay? So what do you do now? Sometimes if you're tired, okay, we just move around and we don't take much attention. Let's say you're coming out from the room and your parents are like, someone is cleaning or doing something like cleaning the house. Okay. Now, what you can do? How you can show your compassion and love to them? By going hugging them? No, you can do that. That's an action. It's a good action. You know. How you can saying that you love, it's one way. But more than all of these things, there is one thing that you can show, one way that you can show the love and kindness. How? Help them without asking or without any word. How to do that? Let's say your parents are cleaning. On the way you see these rugs and other things, on the floor mats. You can do. Say nothing, just pick them up, clean them, and keep it near them. So that they see that you're helping, but you didn't say anything. They didn't ask for you to help, but you did it. Understand? Once you do that, they can feel, if they open their heart, if their heart is open, they can feel your love and kindness. That is more powerful than words. If your wife or husband or someone is working in house, give them a glass of water without them asking, without waiting them for it to ask you. Understand? When you give that, understand, it is more powerful than the words. Have you ever heard the saying called actions speak louder than words? It does. I see this in the monks' community as well, in our monastery. Usually there are senior monks. So when you come to the monkhood, we have 2 stages. First of all, you come to a novice monk. A novice monk is a junior monk who practices to be a monk, a truly monk. So in that time you get 10 precepts to practice. At that time you have to serve all the senior monks. More like you're being a servant to them. So we have, usually in our tradition, we have to stay for 3 years being a junior monk, being a novice monk. At that time, we have to do a lot of chores and cleaning. Cleaning is a bigger part in monkhood. Every single morning we get up, usually at 4:30. All the monks, they get together and they clean the monastery. They clean the toilets and they clean the dining hall and everything. It should be cleaned. The main thing is without talking, without speaking. You can't speak or you can't do anything, just to clean. That's one way of practicing mindfulness also. In the beginning it was difficult for me, and I used to talk a lot. And it was difficult, but it helps for your mind to be peaceful. Doing things without speaking or without listening to something. And by being conscious about the work will help you to develop the mindfulness. The problem is we use many things while working. As of those who study while listening to music, you put your headphones on. It's okay. You do that. Sometimes I do that. Here's the thing. When you stay away from music, it's not a bad thing to listen to music, but you stay away from this music and any other thing, and just focus on what you're doing. You feel a lot of peace. In the beginning, you feel a lot of boring, like you'll be bored. The problem is We get easily bored with things. We get bored in the middle of the lectures. Yes, you do. Everyone does. So what in our community, the monks community, teaches us is to enjoy doing boring stuff. Okay? And once you enjoy it, you don't feel any more the boring. Okay? Here's the thing. You need peace. Everyone likes to be at peace now. But remember, peace is boring. No? To be at peace, it's boring. Let's say meditation. How do you find one way of finding peace is through meditation. What to do? What you should do? Sit down in one place, close your eyes, and be boring. Right? Just be boring. That's where you find peace. Where do you find peaceful places? Quiet places. See, quiet places are boring, isn't it? Yes. We like to be distracted. Okay, our mind likes to be distracted. And once you do this stuff with mindfulness, it helps you. It helps you to develop the peace inside. Okay, so cleaning is one part, a bigger part. And when we are cleaning, I will come back to the topic. When we are cleaning, if there was a senior monk with us, okay, they never go like unnoticed that we are cleaning. Okay, if we are cleaning, they come near us and they help with something. Help us with something. So that we feel that they are there for us. Understood? They are always willing to help us. That's called the love and kindness. See, once you become a monk, you have to leave your parents' love, your mother's love, your father's love, any other kinds of love in the outside the world, and you come to this community of monks. Okay? If you don't find the compassion and the love in this community, it's very difficult to live. Okay? So that love and kindness and compassion and that understanding is what keeps us as monks, even for today. When we go near our teacher, we feel that love and kindness, compassion. They are always there for us to listen and to give advice and to guide. Understood? But they don't always do that with words. They do it with actions. So the first thing that I need you to do is to do something to a person around you. Okay? Do something to a person around you. Help someone without them asking you to help. So that they feel loved, they feel that help, and also they feel that, oh, he can understand me. She can understand me. Okay? So that's one practice that you can do. This may seem like a very little thing, no? It's a little thing, no? Should not be here. Very little thing. See, little things matter. Okay. The problem of our life is like, we don't care much about the little things that we do. We need big things to be happy. Big things to be inspired. Okay? But if you're not inspired and if you don't become happy or if you don't enjoy the little things in life, you'll never be able to enjoy the big things. Understand? That is why I always say, to reach nirvana, okay? To reach this nirvana, first you need to start it from a very little step. Okay, like this. So that it makes you as a person a kinder person. Okay? A kinder person. And also a person who has the happiness within, so that he's happy with himself. Okay? He's happy with himself that I have this quality inside my mind or inside my life. So at the end of the life, if he had the flashback towards our life, how I lived, the way I lived, okay, so that you can be happy. Okay, I have done a lot of good things to this world. Okay, and I'm happy about myself, about the qualities and the way I lived, so that you can just let go of the last breath peacefully. Okay. So just go and ask from the old. I like to talk with the old archis and seers, so that they give some advices to us, because they couldn't do many things, or they couldn't do certain things in their life. Okay. One thing that most of the time they say is that we missed our young life, our youth. We missed to do something or to practice something about the spirituality. Okay. Because we didn't get the guidance. We didn't have the guidance. There was guidance actually. Okay. Every time there was guidance. But the problem is if we seek it or not, we want it or not. Okay. They say that, okay, Hamduru me wage guidance එකක් තිබුණා නම් අපිට ඉස්සර පුළුවන්. No. It will never happen. Why? At that time, actually we don't feel like we need it. Isn't it? Yeah. But actually that's the most important time that we need the guidance or the path to the spirituality, so that your life is balanced. Understood? So I all invite you to help someone consciously, okay, intentionally, without them asking you to. Let's say now you're helping. Well, there's another problem. Let's say you helped and that guy became angry with the help. Sometimes they become angry, huh? Even though you help, even though you're there for helping, they become angry. Then what you should do? How to deal with that? Understand what kindness is. Kindness is not giving something or helping someone and expecting something back. Kindness. Okay? Kindness is always the one-way road. Okay? You can't come back. Okay? If you be kind to someone and expect something back, you're not being kind. That's called business. Okay? You're learning about business, huh? Yeah. What do they teach you? To give something and to take something. But kindness is not like that. Okay? If you give something to this world and if you expect something, name it kindness, but it is not. Okay? Kindness is always giving something without expectation. Now, then is it easy to be kind? No. Okay? It's not easy to be kind. So, what you should do is to help people and to develop your qualities. If you're more focused on the kindness, the inner quality, is the kindness, you don't care about what comes after. Okay? That's what my teacher told me when I started preaching. First thing, you teach Buddhism to people, but don't expect them to appreciate you. Okay? Don't wait for their appreciation. Okay? He said to me, this is also one quote from it's from Seneca as well. He says, it's a shame to a man to walk out from a room by being happy and being too much proud about the clap that others give for him. Okay. So if you wait for others' appreciation and if you're too much concerned about your helping and others' others are not giving the same thing back. First thing that you have to understand is what is kindness. Kindness is always giving something without expecting it back. Understood? So that you gave it, you helped to that person, and it's only. Okay. There is also one way of it's called in the practice is called dana. Dana means giving. In giving, the Buddha teaches us give, but don't expect. Okay. Give, but don't expect. But the problem is very difficult to give something without expecting because our mind holds onto that. You know. See, sometimes have you given money to beggars? Yeah, 20 rupees, 100 rupees, you give it. After giving, there's one voice in head that talk to you. What is it? How he is going to use it? Whether he will drink drugs or whether they use the drug, use the money for the drugs or not. We think too much about it. No? If you feel like, let's say you feel like giving money to a beggar, foods to someone, you feel like it, you give it. Whenever you feel giving. Understood? When you feel like giving, sometimes you feel like giving money to beggars, they like you feel their suffering. Okay. If you felt giving, then you give it. It's okay. Because you don't get that thought or mind all the time. The generous mind. Whenever you get that generous mind, just do it. So, and after giving, just think like, I just let that go. Now that's finished. Okay, I will give you a nice incident. 3 days ago, in our monastery, there was a dana. Okay, so the dana comes, a lot of people get together, they make foods for monks. And in the middle of this dana, there came a very old lady. She came and she has brought some more dana. But the problem is now we can't eat. We can't eat because it's too much. That's extra. Okay. Now the people who brought dana was so much upset about that lady who brought the dana because now that is too much. Okay. But she was not upset. And we waited until the dana finished, and I waited until the dana finished, and one of our senior ones said to me, like, you go and talk with that lady. Whether she is upset or not, we don't know. So I went to her and I asked, like, are you okay and are you upset? Because we couldn't take the food. Then she said, the most wonderful thing that I have had. She said, I came here to give dana. Okay? Now I have given it. Okay? I have handed over the dana to you. It's not my job to eat it or not. Okay? Giving is my job. Accepting it and how you are going to use it is up to you. So that I gave and I did my thing, I collected my merit. If you can think of that in the same way about the other people and helping, then you don't be sad about, or you don't worry about people not being ready to understand the help that you give. Okay, but this happens in the end when the relationships break. Why? After maybe 5, it doesn't matter how many years the relationships break. 10 years, 15 years of relationship, they break up in the snap of a second. And a lot of people worry about how much they sacrificed upon them. Okay? Why? Because we worry, now we don't get what we want. But if you can think at that time, if you can, okay, I helped them, I was kind to them, okay, and I really loved them. And the definition of love and kindness is giving something without expecting it back. Understood? So that you can be happy about what you did. At least I helped them. You know? Although I didn't get it back, I helped them. So that you can enjoy about the things that you do. Understood? So this is a very little practice that you can do to increase the amount of kindness, because people do the Maitri Bhavana. Have you done the Maitri Bhavana? You can do it all day. Soon as you get up, you become angry. Why? Because we do it with our mind, but we don't do it with our actions, with our words. Okay? But to do these things, I must say, it's not easy, and you have to cry a lot. You have to go through a lot of hardships to be kind even to people who hate you and who you don't like. Okay, it's not easy, and also we need to learn how to forgive people and let go of that anger, because we don't know how much time they are going to live with us. Okay. Forgiving is difficult, I know, but you need to forgive, because if you did not forgive, if something happened to the people who you did not forgive, okay, they left this world, there will be only one thing in your mind, and that is the regret. Why? Because you couldn't forgive. Okay? And also don't forget to ask for forgiveness from people if you have done something wrong to them. Okay. This is something that keeps us away from asking for the forgiveness. What is it? Ego. You say, why should I say sorry? Huh? Why should I say sorry? I will give you my example. How I worry. It's a regret that stays forever in my mind. It doesn't go away. Never. This is something that I did to one of my friends when I was at school. I was in your school, Malideva College. Yeah. So I had one of my friends, who was one of my closest friends, and we had a fight on that day, and I have this ability to put someone down with words. I'm pro at it. Okay, so I do the psychological damage. Okay, so he was so upset with it, and he was so upset. It was my mistake, but my ego, okay, it said that why should I say sorry? I don't want to say sorry. We stayed for weeks and weeks without just talking. And one day, he came to the school. Okay. He came to the school, and we went back. And in the evening, we had a huge rain. Okay, it was raining like crazy. And at around like 7:30 p.m. or 8:38, 7:30, 8:30, I get a call from one of my friends, and he said that Milan has died. The guy, my friend. He and his brother has gone to see like a stream, a canal, it's overflowing when it's rain, and the brother has fallen to the stream, and to save his brother, he has jumped, and luckily the brother was saved somehow. He drowned. Now next day the funeral. I go to the funeral, now I want to say sorry, but I can't. The only thing that I did was I held on to his legs. I said, I'm sorry, Machamma, sorry. But you can't do it in the same way when they're alive. Understood? So, one thing that you have to understand is the people who you love and people who are around you are not going to be there forever. Understood? So that you have to quickly let go of the anger. And also you have to ask for forgiveness if you have done something wrong. Why? Because if you did not, there will only be regret. Understand? And that is why the Buddha said that always think that people who I love and people who I care, one day I will have to be separated from them. This is an ugly truth in life. What is it? Having to be separated from people who we love. But that's the truth. The Buddha teaches you to think about it. Always reflect it. The ugly truths in life. See, the truth is always ugly. There are no pretty truths. There are no silly ball truths. Understood? It's always difficult to face the truths. Okay? Aging, is it difficult? Easy? Not difficult. It's easy now. Okay? When we are little, we like to get old now, we all know. But now, when you pass 35, what happened? And I feel like we're like going down some, no? Yeah, it's difficult. Aging is difficult. Sickness is difficult. It's an ugly truth in our life. Okay? But people think that these are all the pessimistic and like negative things in life. Why Buddhism always talk about this negative stuff? No? But Buddhism doesn't talk about negativity. It's not pessimistic, it's not optimistic also. Buddhism doesn't say that our life is amazing, very good, fine, everything is fine, beautiful. No. Buddha says life is painful, accept it. The problem, the reason why we suffer is we are not ready to accept. Is it? No. When we hit the hard truths in our life, we are not ready to accept. That is why we worry. The first step of healing is to accept. Understood? Accept the problems. Accept the difficulties in life, so that you get the consciousness to move on. Okay, as long as you don't accept, you're worrying about the thing that happened. So I was giving this speech to a group of doctors, okay? And one doctor, he came up to me, he's a doctor who's treating to cancer patients. And he said to me, this is what we teach to the cancer patients. What? To accept that there is a cancer in their body. Okay? And it is okay to have and be friendly with it. Accept the pain, not to reject it mentally. The more they reject, the more they hate to their body. Because it's not working properly, so that they hate to their body. The more they hate, the cancer develops. But once you accept that, okay, there is a cancer in my body, it's okay, it's normal, it's a part of my body. Now it's a part of my body, it's okay. So that you become friendly with it. Understood? And he said, it's amazing that it starts to heal when they accept it. So that is why the Buddha says that there is suffering in life. Suffering is a part of life. Accept. Okay? When you accept, then you heal. Got it? So that is the way to find the happiness. Okay? First, you need to accept that there are difficulties. There will be difficulties. Okay? It's not about a straight line. It's all about up and down. Okay? Have you seen the ECG tape? If the line is straight, what will happen to the person? He's dead. No? If the line goes ups and downs, then he's living. Understood? Life is all about ups and downs and difficulties. It's our job to accept it and move on. Okay? Not to add or not to worry too much, not to suffer too much. Okay? It reminds me of the wonderful quote from this movie, Kung Fu Panda. Have you watched Kung Fu Panda? What Master Wu says? Huh? You are too concerned with what was and with what will be. Yeah? Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. And that is why we call it present. So he taps on the tree and the apple falls down. Okay. So yeah, we are too concerned about what will be actually. And with what was. Okay. But what you do today determines your future. Understood? What you do today, the choices that you make today determines your future, always. But we have too much worry about the future, not about what we do today. Is it? Yes. So what we should worry then? About the things that we do today, the little changes, little things. Understood? Little things always matter. But no, see, when we don't do the little things in life, life becomes a mess. For an example, you go home and you wash this cloth that you're wearing. Okay? Let's say you washed it, but you didn't fold it. You didn't fold the cloth that you wear. Okay? How much time does it take to fold a cloth? 1 minute? No, it doesn't take 1 minute. It's just a few seconds. Let's say you didn't fold it, you throw it to the bed, under the bed. Okay? I see a couple of smiles. Do the same thing, no? I did the same thing when I was at home. Yeah. So you throw it to the bed. Next day, you throw another pair of clothes, another pair of clothes, another pair of clothes. At the end of the week, you see a pile of clothes on the bed. And you have to take a separate time to fold it. Sometimes you have to get blame from your parents and do it, no? But if you can just every day wash the cloth and fold it and keep it inside the cupboard, it doesn't make a mess. When we don't do little things, like little things that matter the most in life, no wonder we make a mess in our life. Okay? So that is why little practices like this help that you do daily basis to the people around you, helps you to be fulfilled within, and also to make a positive environment outside, so that you don't need to complain about the people around you. Why all the people around me are rude? Sometimes it's because of our little actions as well. Okay? So understand these things. And be kind, be humble. Okay? We are all little people in this world. Okay? We don't know much. Okay? I don't know much. We don't know much about this world, but we think that we know everything. You know. The other day I saw this one picture from the NASA. It says that there's a arrow pointing towards a tiny little blue dot in the universe. And it says, this is us. You think you know everything? This is us. Okay? So we're like a tiny speck of dust in this universe. Understood? So we all have the same problems in life. We all go through the same difficulties in life. We all get stuck in the same traffic. Isn't it? Yes. When you get stuck in the same traffic, like say you get stuck in a traffic, no matter what the vehicle is, you have to wait to get stuck. You know, be it a Rolls Royce, be it a BMW, or be it a tuk-tuk. You know, you get stuck in this traffic. we all have the same problems. One thing that we can do to each other is to share the suffering. Okay? We are in the same boat, we can share the suffering and help each other so that you can live a fulfilling life. Okay? So now let's take a couple of minutes to, if you have any questions, so that you can ask, clarify with something. Anything bothering your mind? There are a lot of things bothering our mind, but it's difficult to tell, no? Yeah. Just you can ask. Do you have a paper? No. No.
So, I have a small question. Now, we tend to, most of the time, blame others mostly for our own happiness. Like, we are like very much keen to give that blame to someone else, saying that person didn't make me happy, or that because of that person or that task that made me upset and all that. So, how do you get rid of that kind of feeling, and what do you advise? Because I believe that the happiness should come within you. It cannot be done by or made by others. So even our younger generation, now since we are working with a lot of younger generation, we find that they are very quick to put the blame on someone else. So what is your advice?
I say this, the happiness comes in both ways, from outside and inside as well. Okay? But one thing we should not do is we should not keep our total happiness on outside. Okay? We should not do that. And also understand that to put the blame on someone else is very easy. And to judge someone is very easy. Okay? And also remember that when people do wrong things, things that we don't like, actually they don't do it not because that they are bad. Okay? Do you know why people do wrong things? Because they are afraid. Fear is what makes people to make wrong choices in life. Fear. Okay. Have you seen arrogant people or angry guys who are like trying to always attack on other people? No? Do you think that he's like a mentally strong person? No. The society says that, oh, that's a strong person. No. That's the fear. Understood? That's the fear that drives them to be arrogant or to be angry all the time. Okay? So fear makes us to make wrong choices. So once you understand the reason behind the wrong choice, the reason why do they do wrong things, bad things, so that you can you can understand it. Okay? Once you understand why do they do that, then you get the chance to, then you get the opportunity to help them. The problem is that we find very difficult to guide is because we don't find why they make that mistake. Okay? So, first of all, understand that you need to take time to understand people. It's very difficult to understand other people. Okay? People are so different. Like, people are so illogical. People are not logical, okay? So don't expect that people to be like a math question. I prove this, you also need to prove that. No, it doesn't happen. People are illogical. People are unfair. People are weird. We are weird. I'm weird in many ways. You are weird in many ways. Okay? But we expect straight line people, logical people. If I can do that. Why is it other guy can't do that? No, they can't. They're not in a state to do that. Understand? So once you understand only, once you walk in that person's shoes only, you can help others. Okay? So when you find someone who is doing a mistake, okay, I will teach you how to show the mistake, or how to correct a mistake in someone. Okay? This is called sandwich method. What is it? Sandwich method, invented by me. Okay. Sandwich method is, how do you make a sandwich? You take a slice of bread, okay, then apply butter or jam or something, okay. So slice of bread is like the praise or the good thing that you tell to other people, to the person. Let's say someone is making a mistake and doing a wrong thing, and you go and say, first you need to say something good. To say something good about them, you need to see something good in them. Understood? So that you can praise them. And once you praise them, a person, what will happen? He will open up his ears. Okay? He will open up his mind. Now he's ready to listen. Praise for a little while. It takes 15 minutes, 15 seconds for a person to grasp a praise. So you have to praise for 15 seconds. Understood? So he grasped it now. Now he opens up his mind. Now your intention is to correct the mistake, correct the wrong thing. Now that's the base. That's the slice of bread. Now you apply something, jam or butter or something. Now you have to take the mistake and say, you are doing these things greatly. This is great, but this is what I don't like. Okay? And now you should complain. You're doing this wrong thing. Okay? Complain in a way that he feels it. Okay? Make it obvious, that person. Now that is the layer of butter. Now cover it up with another slice of bread. Again, praise. This is psychology. I teach you the dark psychology. Okay? So, once you do that, try it. I am trying it, I'm doing it, and it works for me. Okay? And it will work for you. That's how you correct mistakes with others. And there will always the potential for them to correct that. Because you did not damage their personality, their ego. One of the biggest things that you should not do is damage other people's personality. Don't do that. These days, the personality is very big. You know, the personality that we show to this world is very big, huge. You know, you all have a Facebook account, you all have an Instagram account, you show something to this world, no? Our personality is big. When this personality gets shattered, it is unbearable. Okay? So how you show the mistakes, how you deal with them is in the sandwich method. So that they will correct the method and also they will be okay with you and they will start to respect you. Understood? And also don't expect quick results. People do not change quickly. You can't download people. No, it doesn't come that quick. See, we are so much used to this instant world, no? Everything comes instant. What is it? Instant noodles. No? Everything is instant in this world. Now you had 3G, it became 4G, now it's becoming 5G. Becomes so much speed, That is why one thing that happens is we lose the ability to wait. No? You see how much we lost our patience is we can't wait until the 3-second ad passes in YouTube. Can you? No. Okay? You click on a video and there's an ad, 3-second ad. You freak out. No? And the next ad, it is 5-second ad. Now even more, you get so much irritated. Because we need things quick. No. What will happen if you click on a video and start buffering? Huh? You freak out, become angry. We all need one quality, that is the waiting power. Okay? We need to learn how to wait until someone changes. Okay? It takes time. The real life things always takes time. Okay? Qualities, to develop good qualities, it takes time. Okay? Success, it takes time. Healing, it takes time. Okay? We try to forget bad memories. How many of you try to forget bad memories? The more you forget, what will happen? The more you try to forget, the more it will remember. Okay? So let it heal like a wound. You let go, and it takes time to heal. Don't touch the wound. So that little by little it's healing. But still, the scar won't go away. The memory will be there. You cannot delete memories. Okay? It's not like Control Shift delete. Go, everything, push, gone. No. There will be a scar. Same like healing a wound. I have these scars all over my body. Childhood memories. At that time it was a pain, it was difficult, and now it's a memory. It's a childhood memory. It's a beautiful memory. So it won't hurt you anymore. Understood? Don't disturb the problem, and if the problem doesn't disturb, you don't be a problem to a problem until the problem becomes a problem to you. Let it be. Let it heal. Understood? That's how you do that. Any more questions? Yes?
So, my question is about Satipatthana meditation. So I've been trying to get into it, but then it's not, it's a bit tough. So first step is to identify what is your character, because I think that you should realize what sort of character you are predominantly, and then when I read through the list, I think I'm basically every character in that line. So I can't, like for example, I can't characterize myself as an angry person because my ego doesn't let me do it. So how do you, because sometimes like now they say that you have to have a teacher to guide you to the type of character you are and then give you the meditation accordingly, but if you're going to do it by yourself, can you give some advice how to get started at?
My first advice is to not to name yourself as a character. Never do that. So that you make a frame inside yourself. Understood? Approach the meditation with an open mind. Think of yourself like a baby. In meditation, we all are babies. Okay? Some of us are in wombs. Okay? In meditation, we all are babies. So that you keep constantly seeking who you are and understanding who you are, but you don't, at first you don't make a frame to yourself. Okay, I'm an angry, you name yourself, I'm an angry person, you will always be an angry person. You name yourself like that, you do that. See, that's the power of the name. Okay? Someone calls from with your name. What will happen? You will turn around and look back. You see who's calling my name? That's a power. See, when we become monks, our names get changed. Okay? The teacher changes our name. Now I have a different name. But still for today, when someone calls with my, and I hear my the lay name, I just look around. That's the power of the name. Don't name yourself with that. I am this person, I am that person. We're just a person. Understood? So that you be open up and you just seek with an open mind. Don't get framed with anything. Don't let yourself to be framed with a political view. Don't let yourself to be framed with philosophical view. Don't let yourself to be framed with a religious view. Just open your mind so that you accept everything. Okay? You question everything. To question is to understand. To understand, you have to understand that you don't know, I don't know. I don't know. So that you question it. How can I understand? How can I practice it? That's how we do it. Okay. Yes?
Do you have to be a Buddhist to be a Buddhist?
Good question. Are there any non-Buddhist here? Okay. So Buddhism is not for everyone. Okay? But Buddhism is not only for Buddhists. Okay? Buddhism is not for everyone, but Buddhism is not only for Buddhists. Buddhism is for people who likes to seek what is life. Okay? Who likes to seek the truth behind the life. What's the true nature of this life? So that you become a seeker. Okay? So you don't need to be a Buddhist to be a seeker. You know? All the Buddhist practice, there is not a single place in Buddhism that say, oh, this is only for Buddhists. Everything is open to you for you to practice, and don't be afraid that you won't be a Buddhist. And you know that there were no Buddhists. Okay? There were Buddha Savaka, that's what we call in Buddhism. It's called Buddha Savaka, people who listens to the Buddha. Okay? People who listens to the Buddha. People who follow that path. Understood? Buddhist, when you say, in Buddhism, there is not a single word called Buddhist or Buddha or nothing in Buddhist teachings. The Buddhist teachings. Only the people who listen to the Buddha and follow that path. Understood? So that it is open to everyone. See, even in the past, Hindu people. Buddha was born in a Hindu community, in the Hindu society. You know, he preached the Buddhism in Hindu society, but none of them converted. Like they didn't say, like, how can I be converted? No. Just listen to it, and you realize the truth, and you live according to that. Okay, that's how we do it. Good. Good. Yes, any more?
This might be a personal question for you, Saimas. What's the most unforgettable experience you had ever in your spiritual life? Actually, we can get out of that.
A lot of unforgettable. I will tell you one, not the most one. I can't find the most unforgettable moment. When I was staying at a monastery, I felt like leaving the monkhood. Okay, I felt like leaving. This is in the middle of the COVID season. I felt like maybe go home. this. Okay. And it was so difficult to control that emotion of leaving. But one thing that I was always telling to myself is, okay, just wait for tomorrow. Okay? Can you hold on until tomorrow? Okay. Just wait for tomorrow. Be patient only for today. Okay? This problem or this emotion will go away. Okay? And it took me 8 months. I struggled 8 months to let go of that emotion. And the problem solved. And today I'm okay. Don't know what will happen tomorrow, but today I'm okay. Okay? If I took that decision on that day, I will never be able to come here and give you a sermon. I will never be able to help other people with these Buddhism teachings. There will nothing be like that. Okay? So just holding on to that and being patient is what saves your life. Understand? So that is why if I can describe the whole monkhood, the whole monk's life it's been 8 years now. These 8 years, it's all about patience. Okay? It's all about just holding tight and holding on even though it is challenging. The monk's life is very challenging. You see that, okay, bro, you go to Dana and you eat and you sleep. That's what people say. You go to Dana, you eat and you just sleep. Nothing to do, no. Come and see. I just warmly welcome you to stay for 7 days in our monastery so to see the real life. It's challenging. It's not easy. We deal with mind a lot. Okay? We deal with unwholesome states of our mind a lot, so that it's very challenging. Okay? So one time the Buddha and a person asked from a monk, what is the most difficult thing to a person to do in life? It is to leave that life and totally be dedicated to the spirituality as a monk. Okay? And then he asked, what is the most difficult thing to do to a monk, for a monk? It's to stay in that life as a monk, happily. It's not that easy. Why? Because our mind likes to wander here and there, but not to be disciplined. In monk's life, it's all about discipline. You have to hold on to your emotions, your anger, your lust, your ego, put down everything, let go of everything, and just practice spirituality. So it is very challenging. So that memory still stays with me. Okay. On that day, I called my father even, like, come and pick me. Come to the monastery and just pick me up, and I want to go home. But he didn't come. He didn't say anything. I was just, if you come, just come. I don't care. Just say. But I just held on to that, and I said, like, this will go away. One quote, write it in your, maybe have a tattoo on your body. It's this too shall pass. What is it? This too shall pass. So that you be patient with that situation. Because you know that all the good days are not going to be with you forever, and bad days also not going to be with you forever. That's what makes you a great person. Okay? And you will be happy. One day you will be happy that you became patient on that day. Still, even to me, even for today, I will be happy about that day. Okay? So these are the little things that I need to share with you. So I wish you all a I wish you all, may all of you be healthy, happy, and may all of you be able to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I'm blessing you. Abhivadana Siddhissa Nicham Vandata Chayino Chattaro Dhamma Vardhanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balam Ayurarogya Sampatti Sarva Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana